So let's quickly get started by exploring one of the upcoming events and see how they have approached the branding. So firstly, within the listing, assuming you're using a public listing, you can obviously promote your sponsors and exhibitors. So let's quickly get in. So now the first step is in your banner that shows up on the registration page, you could have some branding for your exhibitors and sponsors, or you may choose not to. Now let's log in. So once you log in as a user, you would land up on the floor page. Now I'm going to quickly give you let's hope this organizer has used all the monetization options very clearly, but let's see what they have done. So on the first tab on the floor button, you can have sponsors and exhibitors all listed in a nice flowchart. There are two options. One is a 2D layout and also a 3D view, which the organizer has chosen the block layout instead of the 3D gateway page. So you can choose between two of them. And in this case, each has a room. So you can click and actually go to the sponsor's website. And if it's an exhibitor, you can go directly to their booth. The next thing is the stage. Now this is where your sessions are. And there's quite a few things that you can do to brand within this. So the first thing is, in a session, you could have a banner. So while the session has not started, you could have a backdrop with a banner with the sponsors and the ads. On the left hand side, you'll see there is a partner tab which has all your sponsors in a nice sticker which keeps moving. The users, once they're in, and if they want to sort of hide it, they can click and get a full view. Moving on, let's explore one more session. So as you could see, now you could have uploaded a welcome video before the session gets started. A lot of organizers choose to showcase their sponsors, either one or multiple, within the sponsor video or the intro video, some call it. So that's a great way to sort of showcase your sponsor. Another way is for the specific session, you could by default add a sponsor brochure in the handout section. Once the user grabs it, they can add it to their handout bag. This works like a digital card. Once the user has gone through your entire event, different sessions, all of their handouts would show up in one single place. And then they can sort of email the entire bag or the digital card to themselves as a zipped folder. Within the discussion tab, now you could also broadcast your sponsor's message or documents within the discussion tab. So again, it's a nice way to sandwich a way to monetize while the discussion is going on. It can be quite effective. You could have had a poll which was a question that could be on behalf of your sponsor as well. The next thing is in the lounge. Now, lounge, you have these networking tables. You can actually have a logo for your sponsors or your exhibitors, for that matter, on each of these tables. You can have a bunch of these tables, and each could have the sponsor's name or a title. So once I join a table, it would also have the sponsor's name uh, as a sponsor's room. So it's a great way to drive that extra bit of touch for monetization. You could also give each of your sponsors a room, a VIP room, so they can have meetings in their designated rooms instead of having to do it in the lobby like all the other guests. You also have the booth option. Now, the booth option works similar to the VIP room, but it's used for exhibitors or your sellers. And once you enter, there's a lot of cool things. So in the booth, the exhibitor could have a welcome video, which they could play for their users. They could also have a screen which showcases their own office or their setup, or it could be a marketing banner. Similarly, they could have handouts in their specific designated rooms and a bunch of other features which we won't get into right now. So here are a few ways that you can monetize during the event. Clearly, there is obviously a lot of options to monetize beyond just the event, which is pre-event in the emailers and post-event in other form of communication. But this is just a starter. We are happy to sort of discuss in more detail on how you could create more monetization option during your event.